my first ever speech, blindfolded. Okay. Yep, I'm ready for the time to be started now, Steve. That's good. Thank you. So, welcome everyone, and this is quite scary for me. I'm always trying to find new ways, do something slightly differently, and this time I thought of why not give a speech blindfolded. Now, my purpose of tonight's talk is to give a press conference on a controversial issue, which I'm going to discuss very briefly, and then after that, it's up to you to ask questions. I need 4 people to ask me questions, so after the break, if you could queue up either along there, as I'm pointing backwards, and along there, just need 4 people to ask me questions. If you do, that would be great, thank you. It can be anything, it can be just a question about an idea I have, or it can be controversial, if you like. Challenge me, be horrible, I don't mind. So, it was about 3.5 years ago that I said something really, really stupid that I regret. And that was, I said in this room that if someone can't speak, if they did mime on stage, it wouldn't really be a speech. Now this really offended someone in the audience, who had some friends who were deaf and couldn't actually speak, and said, well, are you telling me that they can never give a speech and never do public speaking? And this I regret now, because my stance is so strong on that no matter who you are, what your abilities are, you can definitely do public speaking. And that's why tonight I'm standing here in front of you with a blindfold on, unable to see anything, because I want you to know that it's still me up on stage. You might be treating me differently because I've got this on. You're not going to be like, hey, Matt, as usual, you can treat me differently. But you shouldn't, because it's still me up here right now. The only difference is I can't see you. I don't know what you're doing. And for me, this is something quite scary, because when I give speeches, I love making eye contact with people. If someone's not listening, I can move in and have a go at them. I can't do that as long as I can't see. But I can still do the exact same things as I usually do, give or take, not seeing. And so my purpose here tonight is, what can we do here at Toastmasters to actually make us more accessible for people who can't see or people who can't hear? And first thing I thought of was, you won't be able to see the green light, the orange light, or the red light. You won't be able to see them. And that's why Steve, bless his cottony socks, is up here on stage with me, so you can let me know when I've got to 3 minutes, which I believe about now. Thank you very much. And so I'd like to ask if anyone has any questions for me about this topic, either to line up along there or along there. That would be fantastic. And then just Steve will announce you, and then you can ask a question. And then, it shouldn't be long, you've got some envelopes. Feel free to pick up an envelope and give me one. So I put £5 in one of these envelopes and some random paper in other ones. So, do I have anyone who's here to ask me a question?
Something I didn't mention, the questions are supposed to be kind of adversarial.
Yep, that's what I said. It can be against my thing, or it can be just further questions.
So difficult questions.
Both apply. Any question we could though. Who have I got? I hear someone over here.
This is Neil Barman. What is your response to the comments from the Oxford Blind Association that the Oxford Speakers Club should be boycotted in response to your comments?
I think, I know it's no excuse, but I was 21 at the time when I said this, and I was also pretty new to the club. I'd only been here about a year, and so I was making it as a joke as well. And so I'm deeply sorry for saying what I said, and then I'd like to change my tone. Would you like to pick an envelope, sir?
Okay.
And if someone else would like to come up and say, and discuss candles to me. I hope this one's paper, not money. Okay. who we got next? Is it Larky?
Yes.
Hi Dave. What was
Hi,
the
Matt.
question, sir?
Matt, I want to know if you think that by standing on stage with a blindfold that it's giving the right message about your message, about accepting blindness and other disabilities in Toastmasters.
The reason why I've done this tonight is because it's me. It's not probably the politically correct thing to do, but it's how I would do it. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to say, is that if I was blind, I'm not suddenly going to become some robot who's perfect. I'm just going to be me with all my flaws, and that's why I'm just asking for acceptance, and I'm saying that whoever comes in these doors, we should accept them exactly as they are. And that's why I'm doing this, looking like an idiot, with a blindfold from Anne Summers, because that's the only place you can get blindfolds in Oxford, apparently. Checked out everywhere else, couldn't find anywhere else, and that's why I'm doing it. Thank you, Dave. If you'd like to pick an envelope, that would be great, thank you. And give it to me, practically. You heard the term robbing from the blind, right? Yes. Who do we have next? We need two more people. Paula.
So, I think your idea of how we might be able to make some adjustments for a blind speaker are really good. How do you think we might be able to make adjustments for somebody who is deaf, either to do speeches or to be in the audience?
Oh, that's a really good one, thank you. I know for at home, one thing we could do is when we have our YouTube videos, we can get someone to actually caption them, and therefore we can actually have subtitles while doing it. We've actually got a new projector screen now, and so what I think we could do potentially is have it so we could have things signposted. Thank you, I've got one minute left. Next speaker, if you can run on, that would be great. And hopefully if we have like a projector on stage, we can say what our procedure is, and people can... I'd like to do more research on this. If you'd like to pick an envelope for that, that'd be great. This one smells funny, so I'm going to leave that one for that. Right, last speaker. Who we got? Nick.
Dealing with intolerant people can be very difficult. What instruction would you give people who have intolerance in order to help them to get over their intolerance?
Put a blindfold on your face and see how difficult it is to talk to a room of people when you can't see anything. That is what I would say. Just live a mile in that person's shoes. That's what I'd say. Nick, if you could pass me your envelope, mate, that would be great. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that doesn't feel like paper to me. Okay. Luckily, I've got my last envelope, which I'll now open carefully. Did I get it? Yeah. Thank you, and I'll leave the stage now, so I'm super late, but thank you very much.